We'll see you soon, baby girl. You're about to get some new transmission parts. Alright, I think we're good to go. Got the gaskets laying out in the sun so that they'll hopefully flatten out a little bit. Had them laying out since last night and all day today. Got some stuff prepared and ready to go here. Fluid here. A little caramel rice cake snack. And some paint to paint the pan when it's off. Got the catch pan under there. Now let's do this thing. So as you can see, guys, this pan really doesn't look that good. This probably hasn't been changed in such a long time, and you can see the fluid is like dark, and you can see swirls in it too, which concerns me. I definitely see some light sparkle in it, but I honestly think it's just because the magnet is so full of shit that there's no other way for it to grab a hold of anything, because it's so gunked up. So this was long overdue, and we're gonna hopefully see some good results from this. Alright, so for now, let's get to cleaning this pan out. Oh man, does it look horrible. I hope this does some good for this transmission, because it really needs it. Yeah, take a look at this magnet. Look at the shit all over that thing. Man, that is bad. Alright, so I got the pan all cleaned up, which I'll show you in a minute. I already took the old filter down and out of here, so there's that. And the new filter is up in there, and right now I'm breaking free the governor solenoid and pressure transducer, so I can swap those two out and hopefully get this thing put back together, at least put back together to the point where I can top it off with fluid in the morning and go from there. So let's just get these last three bolts out, which are 11 millimeter. And to get the filter out, that was a T25 Torx bit. And there's also two T25 Torx bits that hold this, and I'll show you in a second. It's kind of just like a mounting bracket that holds the governor solenoid. It's three 11 millimeter bolts and two of these T25 Torx as well. So here is the old governor solenoid, here is the old pressure transducer. This governor solenoid is actually freaking large, man. Compared to the new one that I just put in, I think this was a heavy duty one that somebody possibly put in. So it tells me that this transmission may have been done before at some point, but just not in a while, because this isn't the stock part. I can tell you that because I just got the stock part and put it in there. So this is a heavy duty one. I guess we'll see how it operates with the stock one in there, and if I don't like it, maybe we'll go and get another heavy duty one, and we'll pull this all apart again sometime soon and redo it all again. And I am in a crunch for time right now from trying to film what I have filmed and clean parts and stuff, so I need to go ahead and get the bottom of this transmission cleaned from the gasket material and just try to start getting things put back together so that I can hopefully have my truck for work tomorrow. If I do not get this done tonight for whatever reason, I will probably just take the morning tomorrow to finish up. I'll throw the pan on here for the night and we'll go from there. I'll just take it back off in the morning and finish the job up. So I actually ended up taking the filter off so that I could get the plug undone from the solenoid. So we're going to go ahead and put the filter back in. So you'll see that get installed real quick. there's one. No, let's wipe this off. The only problem with doing this in the driveway like this is there's so many little pieces of gravel and stone that are getting stuck to me because of the fluid that it's concerning. So I need to make sure that I wipe all this stuff down so that I don't have little rocks floating around inside my transmission, because that wouldn't be a good day. Now there's not much gasket material on here, so let's go ahead and scrape off what there is. Now when you're doing the bottom of the transmission where the pan meets and bolts in, and you're cleaning gasket material off of it and scraping it up a little and wiping it down, I suggest being very, very careful, since it is made of aluminum and you could easily gouge that and scratch the hell out of it. You do not want that, because you will just have nothing but problems, and the new gaskets will not seal it, and you'll be leaking fluid. So what I'm gonna do here in a second is get some brake clean on a towel and go ahead and give this thing a good thorough wipe. So as you can see, I got this thing all freshly painted around here, around the gasket surface. We got a little spider running around inside of it. It is all cleaned up and ready to go. I'm just literally putting a nice little amount on here. I don't want much on here. I just want enough to kind of hold some high spots down on the pan, and that is it. I don't want a lot of this stuff to mix into the fluid. Even though I read that it's fine and it won't hurt anything, I'm just gonna go and do a very little bit. Alright, so let's go ahead and lay this gasket on here. Oh yeah, that was a perfect little amount just to hold this puppy in place. Nice. Just that little thin coating was all it needed to press this down and just stick it in there. And now the other little trick I'm gonna do is I'll take a couple bolts and I'll stick them up through the holes, and that will just hold the gasket right where it needs to be. We'll be ready to rock and roll. Alright, so there's the magnet all cleaned up and ready to go. Drop that in there. Now let's go ahead and install this sucker. Sticking a couple of bolts up through here just to hold this thing so it won't move on me. Alright, the pan is in there and being held up by two corner bolts. So let's go ahead and we'll get the rest of these finger tight. Tighten them down. And when you tighten these down, that's the thing, you don't want to do it too much because it will squish the gasket and give you some spots where it'll leak. So that's another critical point where you're going to want a torque wrench, which I again don't have. So we're just going to tighten them down a little bit, get some fluid in her. We'll start it up for a minute and see if anything leaks, and then we will check the tightness of them, maybe give them a little bit more of a snug turn, and we'll let it run for a little while and heat up and make sure that our fluid level is up, and then we can give her a test drive. But I probably won't test drive it until tomorrow morning. Doesn't appear to have any leaks happening, so I think we might have done
think we would have done good.
And we're still adding fluid to it. Otherwise, that's gonna wrap it up. I'm just gonna continue to top this thing off with fluid, and that's it. I think we'll dig back into it here in the near future. We're gonna see how this goes with the new governor solenoid, the new pressure transducer, the new filter and gasket, and fresh fluid. Which it's not all fresh fluid, because you got to remember the torque converter holds a good portion of the fluid in your transmission. So we'll see. I'm 4.5 quarts into it right now, so I know that 4.5 quarts have come out. I still got some in the pan to measure out to find exactly how much more I need to put in, but we're just gonna keep checking the dipstick, and I'm just gonna do it that way so that I know that it's there at the level it needs to be, and then we'll cut it off and be good to go. We'll give it a test run in the morning and see how it goes. But for right now, I have a mess to clean up, I have dinner to eat, and a long awaited shower. So that is what I'm going to do, and I hope you guys like this. I did the best that I could to get you what footage I could when I was doing this work, and try to help you guys out. If you guys have any other questions, please ask in the comments, and I will do what I can to answer them to the best of my knowledge, and we'll go from there. Give this video a thumbs up if it helped you or it can help one of your friends, and share it with your friends, anybody who may have to do this procedure on their truck. And please hit subscribe and come back, because anything that I do to this truck will be posted right here on this channel, and I would love to have all of you come along for the ride. So for now, I'm signing off, and I'll see you guys in the next one.